Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn the first shifting theorem and second shifting theorem of Laplace transformation. We will solve some example based on these theorems. Before start the concept of first shifting theorem, I hope you all have knowledge of standard function of Laplace transformation. If not, please watch the video of Laplace transformation of standard function and linear property. Here we just revise the Laplace transformation standard function formula. Okay, so Laplace transformation of 1 is 1 by s. Laplace transformation of e raised to power at is 1 upon s minus a. Laplace transformation of e raised to power minus at is 1 upon s plus a. Laplace transformation of sin at is a upon s square plus a square. Laplace transformation of cos at is s upon s square plus a square. Laplace transformation of sin hyperbolic at a upon s square minus a square. Laplace transformation of cos hyperbolic at s upon s square minus a square, and Laplace transformation of t raised to power n. We have two formula. In case of integer, it is n factorial divided by s raised to power n plus 1 and gamma n plus 1 divided by s raised to power n plus 1. So let's start with first shifting theorem of Laplace transformation. If Laplace transformation of f of t means Laplace transformation of any function of t which is equal to phi of s, then according to first shifting theorem, Laplace transformation of e raised to power minus at function of t which is equal to phi of s plus a. Laplace transformation of e raised to power at function of t will be phi of s minus a. Means when you apply first shifting theorem in operator or in Laplace transformation, so your phi of s function will become phi of s plus a. If coefficient is e raised to power minus at, it become phi of s minus a if coefficient of e raised to power plus at. Let's see with the standard function. For example, if we have a Laplace transformation of e raised to power at sin bt, we know that Laplace transformation of sin at is a upon s square plus a square. This is standard formula or standard function of Laplace transformation. So if Laplace transformation of bt, we have to find b means a is a constant, b is also constant. So in place of a we can write b. So it will be b upon s square plus b square. Okay, so by first shifting theorem we know that Laplace transformation of function of t is phi of s. So Laplace transformation of function of t is phi of s. Our phi of s function is this. So by applying first shifting theorem, Laplace transformation of e raised to power minus at function of t, it will become phi of s plus a. Means where you write phi of s, you have to write s plus a. What is value of a? A is this. Okay, so in this question e raised to power at sin bt, so wherever you write phi of s, you function become phi of s plus a. Here we have e raised to power at, so it will become s minus a. So b upon s minus a whole square plus b square. You can see this question with example also. What is Laplace transformation of e raised to power 2t sin 3t? Okay, so e raised to power 2t and sin 3t is in multiplication form. That's why we cannot apply linear property over here. So we saw Laplace transformation of sin 3t by this formula. So 3 upon s square plus 3 square means 3 upon s square plus 9. Okay, and when we apply first shifting theorem, our s will become s minus 2 over here. Second, you can see here Laplace transformation of e raised to power at t raised to power n. We know that t raised to power n is gamma n plus 1 s raised to power n plus 1. So again by first shifting theorem, when it is function of t, it will be phi of s. When it is e raised to power minus at function of t, it will be phi of s plus a. E raised to power plus at function of t, it will be phi of s minus a. So here we have e raised to power at, so it will be s minus a raised to power n plus 1. Similarly, we can see in this example, that is cos hyperbolic bt. We know that cos hyperbolic bt, which is equal to s square minus b square. So Laplace transformation of function of t is phi of s. After applying first shifting theorem, it will become s plus a or s minus a. So here we have s minus a, because in numerator we also have s. So it will become s minus a whole square minus b square. So let's take example based on first shifting theorem. Question number 1. Laplace transformation of e raised to power minus 3t 2 cos t plus 5 sin 3t. Okay, so first we find Laplace transformation of function of t. What is our function of t? Now you can see Laplace transformation of these two functions are there. So this is our function of t, and we will solve e raised to power 3t by using first shifting theorem. Okay, so Laplace transformation of function of t, which is equal to Laplace transformation of 2 cos t plus 5 sin 3t. Okay, now by linear property we can say that it is equal to 2 Laplace transformation of cos t plus 5 Laplace transformation of sin 3t. By standard formula, we know that Laplace transformation of cos at, which is equal to s upon s square plus a square. Here cos at, a value is 1, so s upon s square plus 1. By standard formula of sin at, a upon s square plus a square. So here a value is 3, so 3 upon s square plus 1. So we can solve this by using standard formula of Laplace transformation. So solution of this part is Laplace transformation of function of t will be 2s upon s square plus 1 plus 15 upon s square plus 9. Okay, so now function of t, you can see 2 cos t plus 5 sin 3t will become function of s, means phi of s. So to find Laplace transformation of e raised to power minus 3t and this function of t, so we will use now first shifting theorem. When it is e raised to power minus at function of t, it will become phi of s plus a. So this is our phi of s. So we have to write s plus a, and value of a is 3. Okay, so now the function is Laplace transformation of e raised to power minus 3t function of t. So it will become 2s plus 3, because we have to convert now in s plus a. So 2s plus 3, s plus 3 square plus 1. You can see here it is 2s s square plus 1. So we write 2s plus 3, s plus 3 square plus 1 plus 15 s plus 3 square plus 9. So now check what is second shifting theorem of Laplace transformation. If Laplace transformation of function of t is phi of s, then according to second shifting theorem, Laplace transformation of f of t minus a, u of t minus a, it will become e raised to power minus as phi of s, or you can say that Laplace transformation of f of t minus a, u of t minus a will become e raised to power minus as Laplace transformation of function of t. We will use this second shifting theorem in inverse Laplace transformation also. So we can check some example by using this theorem in inverse Laplace transformation. The corollary of this second shifting theorem is very important. That is Laplace transformation of function of t, and u is a t minus a function, then it will become e raised to power minus a Laplace transformation of function of t plus a. Okay, let's check one example based on this. Laplace transformation of e raised to power 3t u of t minus 2. So by second shifting theorem, it is f of t u of t minus a. So we can write e raised to power minus 2s, because t minus 2 is there, so e raised to power minus 2s Laplace transformation of function t plus 2. So what is function of t here? Function of t is e raised to power 3. What is value of a? A value is 2. So applying in this, by using second shifting theorem. So it will be e raised to power minus 2a Laplace transformation of function of t plus 2. So where you write t, you have to write now t plus 2. So our function of t is e raised to power 3t. So we write e raised to power 3t plus 2 in the next step. So what we have to find now, we have to find Laplace transformation of 3t plus 2. We solve this term, so it will be e raised to power 3t plus 6. Okay, so Laplace transformation of e raised to power 3t is 1 upon s minus 3, and e raised to power 6 is constant, so we can take it out. So e raised to power minus 2s plus 6, 1 upon s minus 3. So your final answer will be this. Laplace transformation of e raised to power 3t ut minus 2, which is equal to e raised to power minus 2 s minus 3, 1 upon s minus 3. I hope you all understand the concept of first shifting theorem and second shifting theorem of Laplace transformation, and you all are able to solve question based on this theorem. In the next video, I'll explain the properties of Laplace transformation and example based on these properties. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.